like a boss, yeah, I'm running the play. Mastermind in the game, making moves every day. From the ground to the sky, I'm paving the way. I'm the glitch in the system, and I'm here to stay. I'm the architect, building dreams from scratch. Rewriting reality, I'm broken the latch. Every step I take leaves a mark in the sand. Guiding lost minds with a steady hand. I grow knowledge, not just greed in the field. Every harvest, a lesson, every crop is a shield. Lay a cake in my arsenal, flavors to heal. Mastermind of the craft, everything's real. Like a boss, yeah, I'm running the play. Mastermind in the game, making moves every day. From the ground to the sky, I'm paving the way. I'm the glitch in the system, and I'm here to stay. I'm the key to the door they don't want you to find. Unlocking hidden paths with a limitless mind. Not just leading, I inspire and teach. Breaking chains of doubt, putting freedom in reach. Every move's intentional, nothing is chance. Juror struggles into power, now I'm leading the dance. A black king in my prime, yeah, I'm owning my space. Mastermind by design, yeah, I'm setting the pace. Like a boss, yeah, I'm running the play. Mastermind in the game, making moves every day. From the ground to the sky, I'm paving the way. I'm the glitch in the system, and I'm here to stay. So when they speak my name, know it's built on respect. I'm the future in the present, every move is direct. From the roots to the stars, yeah, I've carved my lane. Like a boss mastermind, forever I remain.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy Mastermind here for Ohio Cannabis Live. What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another live stream. If you're new to my content, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe button. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. Happy Friday, happy 420. As you know, a snowstorm is on its way to Ohio. They said we might get over a foot of snow, y'all. I want to know what your forecast is in your neighborhood. Let me know what you medicating on, and let me know if you stocked up for the weekend. Let me know if you plan on going and playing in the snow. Let me know. Again, I just want to thank all of our channel members. You can support our channel by becoming a channel member. It's only $1.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. A little bit of that money goes to help keep Ohio Cannabis Live operating. I am a small business owner and I'm disabled. So I appreciate all the support everybody's been giving me and it's helping us grow. And we are moving forward with our Ohio Cannabis Expo despite the changes to the law. We've already been planning our event with the expo. With the law change in mind. So we wanted to make sure everybody knew that, that we are still moving forward with the expo and we're full steam ahead. We just want to make sure that you know that medical patients get in free, veterans get in free, and bud tenders get in free. So again, I don't know where everybody is right now. Everybody's out shopping, man. It seems like we're getting a lot of views on there and wondering if something's going on with the internet. They trying to stop us from getting out here. It seems very weird that we only got 6 people on here and ain't nobody commenting. And somebody say something. What's up, Mean Beans? Okay, man. I'm trying to figure out how come ain't nobody on here. This is wild. This is the perfect storm, and nobody's coming to the storm. Oh man, it can't be just me and you on here, Mean Beans. Where's everybody else at? Super weird. You ready for the storm, Mean Beans? Says our stream is healthy. Says we're here. Says there's 9 people here. If you are here, type in the comment that I am here. Let me know you're in here. Type in 420 in the comments. Even if it's on a replay, type in 420. I want to try something here. I want this algorithm is broke or something. So, in less than 90 days, they're going to try to roll back issue two with this new law. And at this point, unless there is either this referendum thing they're doing or some type of lawsuit, the new law go into effect. I think that the other breaking news is that there might be a chance that they might reverse the federal hemp ban. So that means that even though they're going to try to ban hemp in certain ways in Ohio, it still might get unbanned federally. So this could just be a one big old gooply gop mess. So now we all have to wait and see if they'll get enough signatures to put the referendum on the ballot. If that happens, then that would temporarily stop SB 56 from becoming law until the November election, and we would vote on it. And if the vote goes through and we win, then there would not be a Senate Bill 56. They would have to start all over and come up with another law. But just remember, because it's not a constitutional amendment, they could just come up with another law and they could get mad and say, I'll teach you pesky kids a lesson, and then they could just repeal the entire law and make the whole thing illegal. I mean, I think the biggest thing that is an issue for me is what they're doing about people being on a transplant list and, giving landlords unnecessary ways to evict somebody for using cannabis on a rental property and, saying someone could potentially lose their job and not be able to get unemployment uh, because of cannabis. I definitely have concerns about that. Those are the things that are most troubling to me. I certainly think there should be restrictions on hemp that's or weed that's coming from China or wherever else, and I definitely think that there should be an age limit. I don't think that it should be sold any and everywhere. I do think that people who are selling any type of cannabis stuff should be knowing about it, have an education about it, know what they're talking about, and not just be somebody just selling stuff without knowledge. And there are a lot of people who know a lot about this and have a lot of knowledge about different areas, different cannabinoids. And there are a lot of CBD companies that are operating and doing everything right. So I think there needs to be a way for everybody to work together and for us to have one plant and one cannabis community and one law for the whole thing instead of we keep trying to take one plant and chop it into four different kind of plants when it's still all the same thing. It doesn't matter whether it was THCA or Delta 8 or regular Delta 9. It was still all some version of weed. It was still weed the whole time. It was like that, Scooby Doo and he take off the mask from the monster and it ends up being Mr. Snuggles. It was always still Mr. Snuggles. So I know. I just think it's just one of the situations we're looking at where, people are exhausted with all the other things that are going on in the world today, and then they're still trying to figure out a way to, make something illegal again when we just made it legal. So we're working really hard to try to figure out a way to to get everybody on the same page, get us all working together. Now, we are currently looking for guest speakers for the Ohio Cannabis Expo. So if you're a veteran or part of the industry or a lawmaker watching this and would like to be included as one of our featured guest speakers or panel speakers, please reach out to us at info at ohiocannabisexpo.com or visit our website, ohiocannabisexpo.com, and click on Become a Guest Speaker and fill out our form. And somebody will get back to you in a reasonable amount of time. See Mama Mastermind in there. Appreciate you with the super chat. Thank you, Mama Mastermind. Every little bit helps the channel keep going. And we know that a lot of people are probably out right now shopping for the storm. So again, in the comments, let me know uh, if you are here. Put in 420 and let me know what the forecast is for your area. In my area, I'm gonna type in it's gonna be 12 inches or more. Columbus, Ohio. I'm gonna set the tone. You let me know in your location what y'all hearing there. And I also want to let know that, you know, have you had an opportunity to really digest what Senate Bill 56 is? Do you think that there should be a referendum? You think they should stop it? Special shout out to our expo sponsor, Dowd and Gummies. Appreciate them for supporting us on the expo. We also got a new sponsor, Dope CFO. Appreciate them also sponsoring our expo. You want to sponsor the expo or you want to sponsor our channel, just reach out to us. We're happy to have you as a sponsor and help you get some exposure. Our YouTube channel's reached 1.2 million views right now, so we are definitely reaching a lot of people. It may not seem like a lot when we're on the live stream, but these numbers do change out. And I think everybody's just out right now panic shopping because of the snowstorm right now. That's what my thinking is right now. And we've been working really hard on just trying to make sure people stay informed on what's going on. And I tell my AI to help me make this graphic, and it just keeps making the same graphic over and over and over. But it's just so crazy how the technology, you tell it to do something and it doesn't listen to you. It does whatever it wants to do, and then you just was like, well, I guess I had to go with it. But yeah, you let me know in the comments uh, what you're cooking for dinner tonight. I mean, what's cooking? And then if you had a chance to go to your shop or you picked up something, you get something really good to medicate on for the snowstorm. What is the favorite strain to smoke during the snowstorm? Let's hear that. Let's hear that. What is your favorite strain to take during a storm? For me, if I had a choice, I would like to have, and you could have probably guessed it. It's not layer cake, haha. Is I'd like to have some ice cream cake. And I have a little bit that I grew, but I was thinking about getting some ice cream cake, but I ended up getting something else because I found me a deal. Hey, hey, you already know when you find you a deal, you find you a deal. That's just how it is. You find you a deal. You find you a deal. Now, a lot of people right now are still trying to figure out, you know, where places are. And right now, I mean, we're gonna have like 350 dispensaries, so it's gonna get really, really interesting, really, really quick. You're gonna have a lot of places, and it's gonna like all of a sudden like seem like they're just popping up everywhere, and that's truly what it's like. It's just popping up every single place. You look up, they're like, damn, there's another one. And I was stuck in traffic the other day, and I was looking around, and sure enough, there was another one. And I was like, wow, it just popped up out of nowhere. Um, I'm trying to fix something real quick, so bear with me a second, y'all. But yeah, make sure you let me know what's going on in the comments because the more you engage in the comments, the more that will actually help the YouTube algorithm. And we definitely have to make sure the algorithm is working because if it isn't working, then we won't get to the for you page, and that won't be no good. So we definitely want to be on the for you page, and we definitely want to make sure that people get the message. So definitely make sure you share the video for friend. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you definitely are a subscriber to the channel, and you should also hit the notification bell for updates because this too will also help with the algorithm and help keep everything going nice and tidy. It just will. So make sure you do it. Make sure you're doing it right now because it's the perfect storm. Yeah, yeah, so we calling it the weed rollback, y'all. Just like Walmart, but with weed, right? The weed, what's over there? The weed rollback. See, it's reverse thing. Always confuses me. But anyway, make sure that you do me a big favor and that you tell a friend about the channel and that you also go and check our blog. We just put a new blog post up. It's the first one of this year. I'm just getting my groove on my first one, so don't beat me up too bad on it. But make sure you share it all over the internet. Help build up the algorithm. Something else I want to talk to y'all about is, you know, we're going to have a new governor soon. And I want to know in the comments how you feel about the current candidates. Are you team Vivek? Are you team Amy Acton? Are we looking at these folks who's going to be cannabis friendly? I mean, I hate to get into this conversation, but because of the state of things in our state and the way these little wacky laws are going, we need to really understand who our next governor is going to be. And we got to be honest with ourselves. It's time for something new. It's time for something different. So in the comments, let us know, which team you're on. I'm not really going to say which team I'm on right now, but you could probably figure it out who I'm not on, whose team I'm not on. So, right now, I think Ohio is in a situation where we could be growing a lot more. They're bragging about $1 billion in sales, and yes, they just recently gave people some cities the money from the community fund. But just remember, they cut that money, so it's not really what people were supposed to get. Well, communities were supposed to get. And remember, they took away the equity part, so all that equity for everybody's gone. So there is no equity programs. And mind you, they're doing all this, and the law that they made isn't even effective yet. So all this time, everybody's like, "Wait, which law are we under?" We're currently still under the issue two law. So imagine that the law hasn't changed yet. None of the laws, even the federal law, hasn't changed. Trump did not reschedule cannabis. That hasn't happened yet. So we're still waiting on this to happen, and it has not happened. You still only got one dispensary in Mansfield, eh? That's pretty messed up. Spaghetti, okay. Uh, Anybody else want to put in what they're having? Um, my mastermind says she hoped to meet y'all at the expo. All right, Larry hit the 420. Let me make sure. Oh man, it looks like my screen is buffering, but it says my connection is excellent. So we are connected. So yeah, make sure that you're putting in the comments, because even if you're watching us on the replay, every comment you put in is going to help us boost up the system. If you're a cannabis company or you work for a cannabis company, you want to tell them, hey, we need to get exhibitor booth at the Ohio Cannabis Expo. We also need to let all the bartenders know they get in for free. Veterans get in for free. Medical patients get in for free. All right. Visit our website, ohiocannabisexpo.com, and get your free tickets. If you're watching this show and you still got your active Ohio Medical Cannabis card, you can get your tickets for free by using code OhioMMJ2026. If you just so happen to be a bud tender watching this, the code is BudTender2026. And if you are a veteran watching this, the code is VET2026, and they'll send you a free 2-day ticket. Also, did I mention that parking was it's free? It's free. Don't tell nobody. I bet you all my viewers gonna be there first because I told you parking was free. Now, I would tell you if you're going to get there later in the day, you better plan on getting an Uber or Lyft because parking will probably be full. The parking lot will be full quick before you know it. Time's gonna fly. I mean, we're gonna next thing you know, it'll be March, it'll be April, it'll be 420, and boom, it'll be May. It'll be time for the Ohio Cannabis Expo. So it'll be very interesting between now and then in March whether or not the law actually changes. Um, I think it's a strong possibility that it will. I think that the majority of dispensary owners support Senate Bill 56 simply because they felt like there was no regulation for any of the other products that were being sold, mainly stuff like THCA. And then also was aware of a lot of things that are being shipped in from other countries, or things that are simply just low quality materials. This is something that, unfortunately, um, didn't get handled properly by the legislator. We simply asked the legislator to regulate hemp products. We didn't ask them to ban them. We asked them to regulate them and add the reasonable precautions and age limits to them. Sensible regulation is what everyone in Ohio agreed on. We wanted legal cannabis, and we wanted it to be where people could use it and have fun and enjoy it. With with things the way they are now, we can't leave it that way. we need to make sure that we figure out a way to find common ground. Like I had said before, for those who want to know where I stand on all these things, please go back and read or watch my testimony. I definitely made it clear that I'm trying to make it to where we can find a balance to where everybody wins. I'm trying to make it to a point where we're learning from this and we're growing and building up our state. I'm trying to make it to the point where we're actually doing something that people feel good about, where people don't feel like they got to run to Michigan. And about that, they're cracking down on that. So all those runs to Michigan could be a lot more riskier than they are right now. And I will be very worried about who they will use to make an example of about the going to Michigan thing. So at the end of the day, I think it's important for people to realize that with the way things are in Michigan right now, with their plans to, or they've already done it to increase their taxes, the 24% tax increase, and then the new risk that will come into play with the new law about traveling with products that aren't from our state. This new rule about how it has to be transported in your trunk. Did you know that? And then also, then you have to be concerned about whether or not your rental landlord is going to decide to impose a new hemp restriction or weed restriction on the rental property. So these are all things that people are going to be worrying about going over the next several months. And at the same time, people still need their medication. So people still need information about products and things that actually are working. People still need to be able to grow. I support home grow 100,000%. You already know I grow. So I still think people should continue to grow their own. And I think that sometimes some people aren't capable of growing their own and need to be able to have a reliable way to get it, whether it's from somebody they know or whether it's from the dispensary, but we want people to be able to get stuff that's safe. Make sure stuff is being tested. And I think that what's missing is public testing for home growers. Home growers should be able to test their stuff and find out everything they need to know, just like everybody else is growing it legally. Now that we can grow it legally, I think that we've made strides. Medical patients weren't allowed to smoke. We can now smoke now. Hey, medical patients can actually purchase pre rolls. Do you know they weren't going to let us buy pre rolls? Then they weren't going to let us get infused pre rolls. I think they still don't let us get infused pre rolls. So this is the craziest kind of things that we're dealing with right now within the state of Ohio. Is just the silliest things. Trying to be able to get a pre roll this infused, and I can really just infuse my own pre roll state. How about that? So I think that what I'm hoping to have happen at the expo is for people to learn about the companies that are involved in our cannabis space, the companies that help build our program, whether it's a small company or big company. If they're for the people, then they should be at the expo. That's just the way to put it. And I think the companies that aren't for the people, they won't be at the expo. How about that? So there you go. You can call it out now, aren't you? So I think that everybody has known from the very beginning that I care very deeply about people in this community, and I know that there are a lot of people who cannot afford these prices at these dispensaries. And I do think that I have noticed prices coming down. I am seeing some price drops, but I do think that what has to happen is we have to advocate for better marketing, advertising, and we need to also make sure that there needs to be clear labeling if someone is remediating stuff. That needs to be disclosed. And I'm not interested in buying any radioactive weed. So I feel like if weed is being treated with radiation, it should be something on the label that says this weed has been treated with radiation. I think that um, there needs to be more transparency. There needs to be more tours like before where people could go and tour cultivation or processing facilities and exactly understand how these things are produced and understand their safetiness. I do think that it needs to be a pathway for people who have been convicted of cannabis crimes to be able to get into the industry and get licensed and be able to work in the dispensaries or in the facilities. People are already trained on this stuff anyway. Hello. I think that we need a pathway program, and we need to tie that into the expungement initiative. And that's something that I feel very strongly about, not just in cannabis, but other people being able to get their record. I believe people who have served their time and did what they're supposed to do and got out in society deserve a fair second, maybe even a third chance at redeeming and rebuilding their life. And I'm very pleased to know that there are people who are able to get these second and third chances, but not, a lot of people have lost hope or don't know where to go or don't know where to begin as far as getting their record clear. And that's why I want to do the workshop. I can't say you're going to get your record cleared that day at my expo. I just can't promise something like that because I have zero kind of legal advice. I'm not a lawyer or anything. What I want to do is make sure that we can get people there that can help guide you and give you direction on where to go to get the right information and actually take the right steps. Um, I like to congratulate my cousin Kenny. He just got his pardon from Governor DeWine. So I do know it's possible. Okay. And hopefully he'll be able to share his story at the Ohio Cannabis Expo. So something else that we're doing that's different than anybody else is we have now got this cash grab booth. And what's going to happen is at the expo, our plan is that there will be companies, exhibitors that will be sponsoring the cash grab booth, and you'll go to their table and learn about their booth. I mean, their company, I mean. And in exchange for learning about their company, you'll receive a raffle ticket. Those raffle tickets will go into a drawing for you to win a chance to be in our cash grab booth. You'll get in the cash grab booth if you get your name called. You have about 30 seconds to grab as much cash as you can grab. When you get out the cash grab booth, you will be able to redeem the fake money for either a gift card or a prize. That's pretty much what we got structured for it. Um, we definitely want it to be something that's fun, but this is also what I'm considering to be an incentive to learn initiative and a feature of our expo just to get you there to have fun. So I'm sure there will be a lot of people that will be taking pictures and videos of people trying to grab cash. I can't wait. Also, when it comes to the veterans, I'm going to create like a virtual honor wall. And if you have a loved one or you are a veteran, you like to submit your name to our Veterans Honor Wall. I will be having a way for you to do that. And that is something that'll be going on like on a replay throughout the exhibit expo floor, whatever you want to call it. I just want to let you also know that we understand that things are changing. We also understand that companies could be going out of business in the next 3 months. And then we're definitely sorry this is happening. And believe me, I wish there was some other way that things could be different. But what we do know is that we can't allow people to consume cannabis at our expo. We can't let people sell hemp or cannabis products at our expo. We simply can't do it. And it's an unfortunate thing that maybe someday in the future will be different. But what we have to do for our expo is follow every single rule to the letter, to the down to the dot, to the period, to make sure we show them that we do know how to follow the rules, and that we intend to demonstrate what compliance looks like going forward, so we can keep having the Ohio Cannabis Expo. We can keep educating people, and we keep bringing people together. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to be fun. We'll find other ways to have fun. Believe me, we will. And nobody can stop somebody from having a good old house party, okay? I know you saw the movie before. If you haven't, look it up. But anyway, I'm going to slide this way and say, let's talk again about the perfect storm that, that's coming soon here in Ohio. That could basically have us all stuck in the house. Do you have all your supplies? Did you get your salt? Did you get your salt? Did you get your water? Got your flashlight, your batteries? You got everything ready? Let me know in the comment. Did you get everything? Let me know what you gonna have for Sunday dinner on Snowmageddon Day. I might have to go live because it's gonna probably be nothing else to do but sit at home and show videos of what's going on outside. I can't wait. I'm gonna do some 360 videos out there. That's gonna be cool. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Some 360 videos. So, you know, one thing I like to do is recap. So right now we are still under the issue 2 law. So right now nothing's changed. Nothing's changed federally either. The governor did sign Senate Bill 56 into law, and once he signed it in law, which was in December, it becomes effective 90 days from his signature. There are two ways that the law could be stopped. One of them would be a referendum, which would require a certain amount of signatures before the effective date of the law. That's a company, I mean, a group of people currently trying to do that. The other way could be a lawsuit, and an Ohio judge could put an injunction or some type of hold on the law. So those are some of the ways that the law could be stopped. As I had said before, many of the dispensary owners that operate licensed dispensaries are for Senate Bill 56 because they wanted hemp businesses uh, to stop selling products that weren't, tested and weren't legit. And they felt that this was a direct competition to them. Just saying it very bluntly, this is the truth of the matter, and that the way those companies were being given the rights to advertise and the other companies weren't being given the rights to advertise, this became one of these situations where you have one group of people who can say whatever, do whatever they want, send it all over the country, do all this, and then you have another group of people that are being told, man, you can't even put up sign on your building. Again, I think that at the end of the day, this goes back to the Farm Bill and how this was structured and how the state of Ohio interpreted it wrong. I think that it should have never been a separated market. It should have always ran as one market, a cannabis market, where we had hemp operators operating with hemp things, and we have other cannabis operators operating with cannabis things, and all of them working together. What I can tell you is that hemp businesses and cannabis businesses can work together, have worked together, and coexisted together. I feel like the state drew a wedge between these two groups by creating an unfair advantage for one group over the other. And I do think that at some point that all these groups could come together and join forces and just really again make this one plan. That's not going to happen overnight, but at the end of the day, we needed regulations. And these things cannot just remain unresolved. We can't just say no age limit for him. We could not just let that go. That's stupid. That's 100% stupid. There should be an age limit on it. There should be testing on it. There should be compliant labeling on it. All the other states done this already. Why didn't we the ones that didn't do the shit? What was the problem? This is the result of not enough people understanding the issue at hand. They made it all seem like it was just a hemp ban, but it was more than that. It was an advertising ban on one group of people and then not the other. It was take all these other things as a distraction about equity and tax distribution and just leave everybody in a loop, and then threaten home grow when they they changed it to suit their need, but make us feel like they didn't change it, but they changed the home grow law. They changed the home grow law, and everybody still don't even understand what they changed yet, because all we keep hearing is hemp ban, drink ban, hemp ban. People can't understand about the transportation rules or about organ transplant rules or about any other thing they're trying to take away, because we keep getting the same narrative. So, what I encourage you to do, your assignment, your mission, should you choose to accept to go further beyond this video, is to take time to utilize the snowstorm to learn more about the uh, bill, the Senate bill, to learn more about how these companies are here. Because again, we have hemp companies, we have local operators who are from Ohio, started their business here, they live here, this is their home. And then we have multi state operators. So we have three different groups. And then we have the alcohol industry, who, and tobacco. So we got five of these groups that are all trying to figure out what are we going to do now with this new law. So, I'll give you a crazy example. They say, well, you ain't going to be able to buy a bong at a head shop anymore. In the dispensary, you got to get it from the dispensary. But what if the dispensary doesn't want to sell bong? And that's the only dispensary in your community. What, you got to go out of town now, take a road trip to go get a bong from somebody else's dispensary? You can't just go to the head shop? And then, oh, we can't call it a bong. Don't say that word. Don't say that B word. It has to be glass. And when I hear the word glass, you know what I think about? Where I'm from? I'm from Dayton, Ohio. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. But when I hear the word glass, from where I come from, that's code word for a crack pipe, man. But now it's the bong word. Oh man, that's a nice glass. So it just depends on what part of Ohio you're from. I mean, so things is, we have to really decide as a cannabis community, how do we want to proceed forward? First of all, we need to proceed forward with the Ohio Cannabis Expo and figuring out how we can educate and inform each other. Okay. Uh-oh, my screen's falling apart. There we go. And we need to focus on how we can unify the community with information and education, and how we can still have fun, how we can still make legal cannabis in Ohio fun. We got all kind of people trying to come up with these events, and we still need to be able to figure out where we going to consume it at. They saying you got to only do it at your house. What if you don't got a house? What if your landlord says no weed smoking on the property? Where do you go? You can't, you're not supposed to smoke it in your car. So we have to figure out the where, what, when, and why. The only way we're going to do that is for us all to come together. Business owners, leaders, lawmakers, policymakers, the colleges, everybody. I'm inviting everybody right now. If you respect cannabis in any way, and you're listening to this video, you have been officially invited to the Ohio Cannabis Expo for us to figure out a way to make Ohio high again. You didn't expect me to say that, did you? They gonna clip that one, man. That should have been the title of the video. How we gonna make Ohio high again? So, in the comments, let me know how you feel about this weed rollback. When I call it weed rollback, I just mean they're taking away issue two. When all they had to do was regulate the hemp shit. You didn't need to mess with issue two at all. We could just build on it. So that's what we got to do now. Is we got to come together, work together, learn together, respect and love each other. And now it's time for me to end this with some more messages from God Himself, because He's coming in. Here it comes. He's sending the message in now. Mastermind has got a message for you today. As we prepare for this perfect storm, as they're saying, it's important for us all to remember we are all human. We all bleed. We all live off air and water. And we have to learn how to live and respect each other. It doesn't matter what you believe. Know that as long as you have faith, everything can get better. It might be horrible right now, but if you have faith and you can love your neighbor, respect the person that doesn't agree with you, help the business owner who's in your community keep going. it will change. It will change your life. As I've been given the energy to pass to you through this platform, through YouTube, who would have thought the guy who was originally making review videos, which I still will be making review videos, by the way, um, would be here trying to pass a message on from God because cannabis changed my life. This channel changed my life. And no matter what horrible thing happens, from me breaking my finger, remember that? From me falling down the steps, from me getting pancreatitis, the faith has continued to bring me to you every Friday now for over 5 years. I know a lot of people who are suffering. I talk to a lot of you outside of this channel. I listen to the license holders too. They're just like us. I listen to a lot of people. And I'm not just standing and sitting at home watching the news all day. I've been evolved past that life. What I do every day is try to read what's going on in the world and how I can take my little mission that God has given me and do the best I can to send that message about faith. However, I can reach you, whether it's in this live stream or whether it's in person or whether it's at an event. If I can make a difference in one person's life, then not me, we have succeeded. So I pray that everybody stays safe. I'm not even going to doubt it. I'm going to know that all of us will be safe during the storm because I, again, have the faith that we will all be safe. But just in case, stay at home. Get your stuff now. You still have time. Let me know in the comments on the replay what's your area forecast. I need the location check. I need to know what's for dinner. What's up, Jose? I know it doesn't feel like a rollback. I know it doesn't. And $300 for a medical water instrument. I love that. A medical water instrument. If that's what they end up calling it. Wait, what's going to be the abbreviated? MWI. It's an approved MWI. A medical water instrument. Hey man, look man, look, Jose, they probably gonna take this and use this. See, you done got something started, man. Hey, Bone Tokers, man. If you happen to look up CSI Humble, it may be rewarding to anyone interested in genetics. Okay, they got some good deals. All right, good information. Good information, Bone Toker. I'm glad to see you on here. And I'm glad to see all of you on here. And it says it's only 15 viewers, but I know they're lying to me. The numbers be going higher, man. The first stream of the year, we already hit 2,000. We already broke a record already. We ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. So what I want to do is I'm gonna let all of y'all watch y'all's evening news. I'm gonna try to get some more live streams in. Maybe we'll do a live snow stream. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in doing that. Make sure you comment later, come back, watch the video again, share it with a friend, watch it with a friend during the snowstorm, and tell me what else I could do. And eventually, I'm gonna start letting y'all come on the show. I'm gonna let y'all call in. We put you on speakerphone, let you talk trash on there like you do on the radio station, and have some fun. And I'm gonna start doing some reviews again. There's gonna be a whole different show. It'll probably be wild if I can get it to do work right. But right now, I'm still just trying to get everything with the flow. As you can see, I'm still working it, trying to make it look better than it did before. This is a new year, new setup. I told y'all we could do all kind of stuff here. And before I go, I'll show you. Like we didn't get to see this before last time. My little green screen showing there. Yeah. But anyway, so again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Make sure you plan on watching this show. Did I say snow stream? Maybe we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll be out there streaming live in the snow. We'll have some kind of fun this weekend. I thank y'all for being here, and I will see you all on the next stream.